And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful Corona-free day. Today is Friday, May the 6th at 5:26 in the morning. How are you doing? So, best day ever. Be a little bit better. Part 2. So here's the thing, I look at every single day as a negative. And what I mean by that is this. 0 plus 0 didn't ever equal 1. You got to force things to make things happen. And you got to force good stuff to make that stuff stick to you, and make it a part of your day. You know what I mean? So, every single day, I believe that the day itself, I don't look at it as an ally. I look at it as like a blank canvas, kind of like you were a painter. But I look at that canvas as a whole as an enemy. And here's the reason why. Every time you start your morning, you get up and stuff like that, you start moving around and stuff, there's like this weird inner enemy inside you that tells you not to get out of bed, to be lazy, to think that something will happen to you by you not working for those results. It's a weird mentality and it's a weird psychology, okay? And it can be as small as a seed, but it can grow as big into something as like an oak tree. That inner weakness, that inner psychology of that weakness, okay? It shows its ugly face every single morning when you get out of bed, okay? And it might tell you don't go to the gym. It might tell you to take it easy. But that's that weakness talking. Your day is kind of like a friend that can also kind of like divided in two pieces. You got that realistic friend that's going to tell you to get out of bed and go to the gym. And you got that other friend that tells you, you know what, you can go tomorrow. But it's all one friend. You only have one day. And like a canvas, like a painting, you can paint whatever you want with it. At the end of the day, I want to look back and say, I beat the shit out of that day. I crushed it. You know how people say I crushed it? They crush it because it's an actual way. It's an actual thing that they're doing. They checked off all those boxes. They completed all those tasks. They're motivated. I'm motivated. I hope you're motivated too. I hope you take the best part of whatever you want to do and you try to stop me, because I'm just going to mollywop you. You know what I mean? There's so many different kinds of active resistance in every single day. It could be from other people telling you to stay in bed. It could be your friends telling you to stay out late and party with them when you have something to do early in the morning that could sort of like take that productivity out of your day. Comes in all forms of shapes and sizes, and kind of like walking through a landmine, you just got to balance it. And you got to tell yourself, how am I going to make today the best? I am so pumped and so motivated, and I'm already mentally living in the future of what I want to accomplish. I'm excited about it. I'm so focused. My eyes are on the ball. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to crush it. No one ever said they're gonna like accomplish a lot of great things and say like kind of like a soda can, like I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna leave that can be. I'm gonna let this day pass me by. No, that says nothing and it does nothing. I just, this morning there was like a switch that went off in me, and it was because of something that I said yesterday about being a little bit better. Well, you know what? What if you want to be a lot better? What if you want to do even more than you did yesterday? That's where I'm at today. And you have these like weird internal psychological moments that really make you flip a switch. And man, it is so important to light that fire inside you. I remember in the military, one of the things that I always talk about is motivation. And the truth is, I'll give an example about something. In special forces, operator training and whatnot, it is not the body that takes you through all these physical tasks. Yes, there is a degree and there is some truth to that, but the biggest factor is the mental aspect. There could be a guy that's an Olympian, okay? Maybe he doesn't pass, but he's the one that chooses to ring that bell or to stop whatever XYZ task it is. You know what I mean? But it's the mind. It's the mind that really pushes you farther and pushes you further to that goal that you need to get. And my mind is so far ahead of this day. I'm ready to crush it. I'm ready to destroy it. Like I said, I don't look at any day as a friend. I look at every single day as an enemy, and I have to combat it. I have to combat it through distractions. You know, I isolate my listening or my viewing or whatever I'm doing so I can stay more focused. You know, you have to combat it through weak friends who try to distract you and do other dumb shit. You got to combat it through the choices that you make, the food that you eat, the things that you're going to do, who you're going to talk to, who you're not going to talk to. And you have to stack it up at the end of the day and say, this is what I accomplished. This is what I built today. And guess what? When you go to bed in the morning, somebody just comes by and slaps all that shit and it all just falls on the ground and it's gone. You got to start all over again. So that psychological battle every single day starts with getting out of bed. And I didn't just get out of bed, man. I freaking trumped out. I'm just beating my chest and screaming to the sky like I'm ready to crush it. So I'm pumped. I'm motivated. I hope everybody has a beautiful day. And man, just crush it. Crush it. With that being mentioned, world, watch out. This is me and me every day. Signing off. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.